Justified Madness.
Extra!
It isn't nothing like that. It isn't nothing like that good soul music. Now use it and let Jay prove it. Just lose it. With everything you do, just know she got your back, yo. And she'll even make you laugh show after show. She got the vibes that'll make you ride top down. And if you got a couple pounds, she'll be around. Justified Madness.
Welcome to Justified Madness Extra with your girl Jaywan Yvette. Tonight I want to talk about the crisis in Ukraine, but from the point of view of an average citizen instead of all the politics. Now, if you watch cable news or follow news outlets, you pretty much know the long and short of why the war started, and that the war is unprovoked by Ukraine, despite the propaganda and disinformation being spread by the Kremlin. You can't denazify a nation that's led by a Jewish man who lost family members in the Holocaust. To put it in the simplest terms, Russia attacking Ukraine has nothing to do with Ukraine, but everything to do with a power-mad dictator who wants to take over the world, literally. What's even more disheartening than the disinformation coming from the Russian government is how many Republicans in our own country, not to mention Fox News, parrot those propaganda talking points and try to justify the unjustifiable just to score political points with a twice impeached failed ex-president who helped lead us to this move by Russia. But I do take my hat off to the president of Ukraine, President Zelensky, and the brave men and women, many of whom are average citizens and not even members of the military, who are literally boots on the ground fighting for their country. We don't know how this will all turn out, but history will show that President Zelensky is a true leader who, instead of hiding in a bunker, is out on the ground with his military fighting for his country. Say what you will about the fact that he didn't have any political experience before becoming the president, but, he was previously famous for being a comedian. But he is someone who cares about his country, and he is coming through for his nation in a way that anyone who stands up for democracies anywhere in the world should be truly proud of. Now, if you listen to my Spoken Word Wednesday edition of Justified Madness, then you heard a spoken word piece from a poet named Nomi Stone, and it's called War Poem. And even though it was written, it was posted back in 2020, I started off the episode with that piece because I thought it was fitting, as it refers to the emotions many of us are probably going through right now with the current situation in Ukraine. Now, I think it's important to keep the people of Ukraine in our thoughts and prayers, but we should also keep the people of Russia in our thoughts and prayers as well. In this hyper-partisan climate we live in here in the U.S. these days, we may lose sight of the fact that it's not Russian citizens who had anything to do with this war, and they are not our enemies. Most of them are actually against the war and, in general, are against their current president. This was a war that was begun by the president of Russia that is unjustified, unprovoked, and will cost many lives, all for no real reason other than the fact that this person is a maniacal dictator who doesn't care about anyone's life besides his own. One of the most upside down crazy theories that I heard was from a woman who said she can relate more to the Russian president than our own president because, in her words, not mine, he stands up for his people and Christian values. Now, I don't know what Christian values she's talking about, but let us be clear. The person she's referring to is a former KGB agent who unapologetically has his opponents murdered. Okay? I'm not sure, what part of the Bible is that? I'm confused about what Christian values she's referring to here. And Furthermore, did we totally forget that President Joe Biden is a devout Catholic who actually attends church, stands up for actual Christian values, and has never once in his life had to pose in front of a church with an upside down Bible to prove his faith? Just saying. Now, if you want to help the citizens of Ukraine, there is a way that you can help. Many of them are fleeing their country to neighboring countries like Poland or Romania. And you can contact International Rescue Committee at help.rescue.org/donate/Ukraine-ACQ. One more time, that's help.rescue.org/donate/Ukraine-ACQ. Or you can call 1-855-9-RESCUE. That's 1-855-973-7283. Now, the International Rescue Committee is on the ground in Poland and preparing to support displaced families from Ukraine. Your emergency gift will help them to provide food, medical care, emergency supplies to refugees, not only from Ukraine, but also to countries such as Afghanistan, Syria, and Yemen. So if you're not able to help financially, that's okay. Your prayers do go a long way. Now I'm going to take a moment to play some music, and when I come back, I want to spend a moment on some rhetoric that I've been hearing on social media and how we can pretty much knock it down with facts in just minutes. You're tuned into Justified Madness Extra with your girl, J1 Yvette.
This love is real, oh na na na. You'll never have to question how I feel. Ooh, no matter what life brings, I know you got me, I got you. Forever to you I'll be true. This love is real, oh na na na. From day one I knew this love was the real deal. No matter what life brings, we've got each other on everything. This love is real. This love is real. Touched on a deeper level than what's on the superficial, on the physical. You were the first one to touch my very soul and teach me how to love again. You were the first one that taught me that real love can really happen and it's not just in fairy tales. See, I never knew that I could trust, that I could give myself fully until you came into my life. And for that, I just want to say thank you and thank God for you. My heart is fully yours until the end of time. This love is real, oh na na na. You'll never have to question how I feel. Ooh, no matter what life brings, I know you got me, I've got you. Forever to you I'll be true. This love is real.
What's up? What's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, and you're tuned in to Justified Madness Extra.
I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
It's your girl J1 Yvette, and this is Justified Madness Extra. Now, I'm going to dive right into this one. There is a talking point that I've been seeing from some of my folks, and by my folks, I mean skin folk or people of color. Now, I've come across some social media posts saying that we basically shouldn't care what's happening in Ukraine because they're not people of color. This is one of the sickest views I have ever seen about anything, and I'll tell you why. Now, if you want to have a conversation about how certain news events how certain events in the news get more coverage than others, how certain events that affect people of color may not get as much attention on the news, we can have that conversation. Matter of fact, not very long ago, I had a discussion with some people regarding the national news coverage of the disappearance and murder of Gabby Petito, as opposed to the lack of coverage of missing and murdered Indigenous women or missing women of color or the abuse and murder of Black transgender women. Now, that is actually a conversation to be had. And again, that's not at all to suggest that Gabby Petito's death was anything less than an absolute tragedy. And my heart absolutely goes out to her family and all of her loved ones. And it pains me that her family doesn't even get the satisfaction of bringing her killer to justice because he chose to take his own life. But the truth is, missing and murdered women of color don't receive the same news coverage. Now, that is a fact. And this applies to other news stories as well. I could go into how there have been events that happened in African countries that affected millions of people that never made it to national news. And again, that's a conversation to be had. But to suggest that we should just turn a blind eye to a tragedy such as a nation being bullied and having to face a war with a madman simply because he wants to control everything, that we shouldn't care about these people because their skin is not melanated? No, that I cannot agree with that at all. Real lives are being lost. People are having to leave their homes by the hundreds of thousands. And the people of Ukraine who aren't able to leave are having to stay and literally fight for their lives. I will not sit back and say that I don't care about what's happening to them because they don't look like me. That is not what we mean by Black Lives Matter. And those of y'all that have that mentality really need to rethink your position. Anyone that's pushing that kind of agenda, it's a sick thing, and I denounce that just as strongly as I denounce white nationalism and hate from any other white supremacy group. Now, while I maintain that reverse racism is not an actual thing, ignorance based on race definitely is, and I can't support that in any way, shape, or form. And to put a final point on it, I challenge anyone who thinks we shouldn't care about Ukraine because they're not Black. I challenge any of you to show me what you are doing, what you personally are doing to help the Black community. Don't you dare come out and talk about what we shouldn't care about and what anybody else isn't doing if you yourself are not out there doing anything. And you can challenge me with the same thing and I can show you what I'm doing for mine. So let's not go there. And I will continue to pray for Ukraine, and I'll continue to pray for y'all that think we shouldn't care about our fellow human beings just because they don't look like us. And I will leave it at that. Now, again, if you would like to help the citizens of Ukraine, many of whom are fleeing the country and to neighboring countries like Poland or Romania, you can contact the International Rescue Committee at help.rescue.org/donate/Ukraine-ACQ. One more time, it's help.rescue.org/donate/Ukraine-ACQ. Or you can call 1-855-9-RESCUE. That's 1-855-973-7283. The International Rescue Committee is on the ground in Poland preparing to support displaced families from Ukraine. Your emergency gift will help them to provide food, medical care, and emergency supplies to refugees from Ukraine. And the IRC also helps refugees around the world, not just what's happening in Ukraine right now. They have also given support to refugees from Afghanistan, Syria, and Yemen. So definitely check them out. And they are, for those who are concerned about where your money is going when you donate to this cause, they are transparent and show you exactly how much goes where. And I can guarantee you nearly 90% goes directly to helping families, and the rest is to cover administrative costs. And you can see that for yourself when you go to the website. Now, I'll be back in a few with some final thoughts. You're tuned into Justified Madness Extra with your girl, J1 Yvette.
Used to be so afraid to speak for myself, that when I did it came out so unclear. But now it's a new day, I put my fear away, found my voice, my courage inside. Unapologetically free to be me, and now I know I have nothing to hide. So now I'll scream, shout, let it out, make it happen, shake the doubt. Can't wait for opportunity to knock on my door. Kick down the door, I've got the floor. Tell you what I came here for. It's my day, it's my time. Gonna make this moment mine. Let me tell you of the girl who was so shy, she couldn't find the words to speak her mind. Thought she should disappear 'cause nobody cared. Always got left behind. But now that girl is all grown, found herself, who would have known, taking control of her life. Unapologetically, she's living her dreams. She's not afraid to let her light shine. So now I'll scream, shout, let it out, make it happen, shake the doubt. Can't wait for opportunity to knock on my door. Kick down the door, I've got the floor. Tell you what I came here for. It's my day, it's my time. Gonna make this moment mine. Yeah.
Scream, shout, let it out, make it happen, shake the doubt.
Can't wait for opportunity to knock on my door.
Kick down the door, I've got the floor.
Tell you what I came here for. It's my day, it's my time.
Gonna make this moment mine.
Hold me till I scream forever, and wash me over until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby. Right up to the side of my mountain until you reach my peak, baby, peak, baby, peak. And reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep, baby, deep, baby, deep. Then dip me underway. You can feel my voice low, low, low. Hold me till I scream forever, and wash me over until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby. Then rock right up to the side of my mountain until you reach my peak, baby, peak, baby, peak. And reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep, baby, deep, baby, deep.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl J1 Yvette, and you're tuned in to Justified Madness Extra.
I've got a quick programming note. I'll be back on the air again this Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Shout Out Saturday edition of Justified Madness. Make sure you email me at SaturdayMadness11@gmail.com or hit me up on Twitter at J1Yvette1. That's JWANYVETTE and the number 1 if you want a shout out. I'm on the air every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness. And I also drop episodes of Justified Madness Extra to take a deeper dive into some pressing subjects from domestic violence to politics to whatever issues we're facing today. And I try to help find solutions on things that may otherwise keep us up at night. Shout out to my official promo team, Team J1 Yvette. That's run by my girls Amina and Tracy. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Team J1 Yvette. And also make sure you're following me on Twitter at JWanYvette1. Again, it's JWANYVETTE and the number 1. And also follow me across social media on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Fanbase at Justified Madness 31. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back with my final comments on the other side. You're listening to Justified Madness Extra with your girl JWanYvette.
Hey, what's up? What's happening? It's your girl, JWanYvette. Are you in the DMV and planning to move? Well, make your move a breeze with Amigo Movers. Click on AmigoMovers.com. That's AMIGO Movers.com. Or contact Eric Villatoro at 240-281-4965. That's 240-281-4965 for a free quote. So if you're in the DMV and you're planning to move and you want movers that are fast and professional with great rates, you definitely want to contact Amigo Movers. And tell them JWan sent you.
What's up? What's happening? It's your girl JWanYvette, and you're tuned in to Justified Madness Extra. I read a quote that said, "Hope is one thing that can help us through the darkest times." It seems that since 2020, we've faced some unbelievable adversity, a pandemic, instability in our government, wars across the world, and it seems that before we can come out of one crisis, another one pops up. But as long as we have hope for a better tomorrow and a willing heart to do the work to make that better tomorrow happen, then we can still win the fight one day at a time. Be blessed, Mad Hatters. I'll see you on Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness.